Tyler Bate, Trent Seven, Moustache Mountain. Feel very inadequate. I feel bad that I even trimmed my beard this morning.
It's neat though, man.
Thank you very much.
Very neat.
I try to do my part to look professional here. Exciting times, NXT UK. It feels like now, as wrestling fans, sports entertainment fans, that we can consume this almost everywhere now. We've got BT Sport app, WWE Network, YouTube. Now, of course, you guys have been the forefront of the UK scene within WWE. How much have you noticed or felt the impact that the exposure now is bigger than ever, especially for UK wrestling?
Yeah, it's great. It's almost what we've always wanted. It's always what we've worked for. Is, you know, we say it all the time, don't we? The betterment of wrestling.
Yeah. It's because what we aim for is perfecting what is timelessly true in wrestling, and that's the wrestling. It's being a student of the game and never neglecting the subtleties, because it's the subtleties that can really make moments.
And we've been forced to do it with my families.
Yeah.
We've been forced to look at our own performances and look at ourselves as professional wrestlers and kind of really dig deep and fill in every single possible gap that we ever relied on the crowd for. You know what I mean?
No one's safe now. You can't, people are going to watch you, people are going to say things on Twitter and the comments. They're going to be watching, critiquing every moment of your career now. There's no going back.
You can't concern yourself with the critique, with the critics though. It's like, sure, it's helpful to know what people think, but wrestling is both subjective and objective.
Absolutely is.
And it's being able to identify the two, which is a really good, a handy thing to have.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great thing to be, because being able to be seen by a wider audience is what this is all about. It's to grow our body of work and and entertain the masses at the end of the day. And of course, WWE has done this very well, doing crossovers within this universe. We've seen it at WrestleMania, of course. We had Bad Bunny a part of it. We had Logan Paul, and it's something, smashing it. And we have spoken about this off air. We were saying it's incredible that there has been such a crossover of entertainment, different galaxies coming together. It's very Avengers-esque here. If you could choose yourself a program, a feud, whatever you may call it, and you would pick celebrities that you would say, I'd go into business with. Who? This is the moment. This is the moment.
Any celebrity?
Anyone.
I would have a really friendly competition with.
That's it. Tyler's on it at the moment, so Trent, you can sit and bake on that for a minute.
So I'm just wondering what my intentions are going into the match. Do I hate this person?
You can almost have double here. So you could have something where it could, turn it into you could have a six-man scenario going on, or you might say, tag team, you can have the Paul brothers. You never know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Could be anyone. Could be anyone. Could be UK, international.
I'd like to wrestle a wise old man who can teach me things.
Wim Hof.
Yeah, Wim Hof.
I'd like Wim Hof to be our personal spirits coach. That would be great. You know what? We've actually spoken about this, haven't we?
What?
I did cryotherapy for the first time this week.
Oh God, how did that go?
It's tough. It is tough. It's amazing, man. It's such a mind over matter thing, and you're incredibly good at that. It's something that you've spent a lot of time working on. And
you're in a chamber, and the temperature goes to minus 90 degrees.
Yeah,
so
and you had the glovies and all the stuff.
You got the gloves in there.
Yeah, but then you hit a wall, this wall of panic, where your heart starts beating fast and your body's almost going into fight or flight mode.
Yeah.
And you have to use the power of mindfulness and just staying with your breath to ride that high level stress situation.
It's incredible.
I feel stressed out imagining and the thought of experiencing it. It's just not. Yeah.
It just transfers over to wrestling really well, because the whole thing is high stress, high pressure situations. We're literally like putting our lives on the line every time that we go in the ring. People die from really simple things.
But that's
It could just
true.
be a back bump, or
Well, that's what worries me, because like, let's be honest, like you guys are, for me at least, like still young, and the stuff you guys do in the ring, it's like, oh my god. And so yeah, cryo is going to be the way to make you a new man. So it's but this is a beautiful thing, right? As well, like because having a performance center in the UK, that's just going to be great for everyone. Maybe yourselves for rehabbing anything, or just brushing up, or the new kids that come up.
Yeah, the path's kind of a little bit more laid out now for people. So when kids watch us, and you know, there's kids in the crowds like stick on moustaches and stuff. You know, at some point in their life, they're going to realise that they can do this, just like we did. You know, I watched Randy Savage and Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior and all these amazing people, and Ric Flair, and I never immediately thought that I could be that person. But as you find out that there are smaller wrestling shows and there's an independent scene and everything, you're like, oh, hang on, maybe I can do this. Then you find a little school, and then you find a disused scout hut that we had in Wolverhampton, where we used to stick a wrestling ring and just roll around with each other for hours and hours and hours on end. It's like, oh, hang on, I can actually do this.
Gives me hope. I might do the DDP route and just be like, yeah, it's not too late. I'm 30 now, I've got time. That's it. Cut the body fat, we're good to go.
If anything, I'm a late bloomer myself.
Yeah, it will always take as long as it's going to take, no matter when you start. So may as well start now.
Yeah.
And that's it. And that brings on nicely, because it's like, we want to look and be the best versions of ourselves.
Yeah.
And we're accessible to audiences worldwide. I saw on Fox they were doing a little Twitter thing, voting for what superstars do the fans want to see for WWE 2K 2022. Very hard to say that.
Yeah.
And of course, fans wanted Drew McIntyre, Sasha Banks on the cover.
Yeah.
From an NXT UK brand, who would you two pick? You can't say yourselves, because of course we would pick ourselves. That's a no-brainer. We want to self-promote, but who? Warrior go out there. Who would you pick on the roster?
If there was like an NXT UK limited edition.
Yeah, limited edition cover.
There's not. I mean, let's face facts. Kaylee Ray and Walter have, they've carried their titles for an incredibly long time, and that itself adds another dimension, another layer of pressure to your performance when.
The longer those title reigns go on, the more the tension builds, the more pressure accumulates.
Because you can't keep it forever.
No.
Or can you?
We have seen some great title reigns across all the rosters, where there has been of course, Pete Dunne was rocking it for ages, and he had a great run, and now the pressure's on for them too, because you're a moving target, and when that performance centre's churning out talent, it's like...
Yeah, it is.
They're
coming thick and fast, but...
Yeah, it's really important we have those sorts of facilities with that level of, that high quality equipment, because I said earlier that we never rise to the level of our hopes, we fall to the level of our training. So our training has to be impeccable.
Yeah.
Because how you do anything is how you do everything. If you the way that you train will be the way that you perform. You have to.
No shortcuts. Well, that's it. It's important, because the body of work, and to do this industry and do this business, it's deadly serious work. It's almost, don't be fooled when you get to see the likes of Bad Bunny. He's been a fan, so at least his education has helped bring that. And of course, WrestleMania, insane pay-per-view as always. As the pressure's big enough as it is. Of course, we've been lucky enough to see you guys on takeovers and whatnot, UK, other side of the ocean. If now you could click your fingers and say, okay, look at the calendar year. Is there a pay-per-view that you would just love to go, that is where we want to step in together, do a thing with whoever?
Well, SummerSlam's coming up, right? Mm-hmm. Who knows where it's going to be?
Yeah.
A couple of states in America have started opening up things, a little bit more of an independent league.
It's interesting.
I hear the rumblings about UFC looking to come over here.
Yeah,
and
they're trying it,
with a crowd very soon.
Unanimously, SummerSlam, would that be, or do you have a...
Well, I just want it to... I have really simple goals in wrestling. It's to just enjoy it, and to just authentically express myself through wrestling. So long as I get to do it true to myself and I'm having fun with it, it doesn't really matter to me, like the pay-per-views and stuff, because I'm already winning.
He's already winning. That's the kind
But we would like to definitely feud with the New Day.
New Day SummerSlam. That'd be. I mean,
Because you talk about having fun and being able to express
it'd be the
yourself.
perfect balance. Like,
Is that not the most perfect advert?
Yeah.
You know, those three lads getting together and just every time they come out, you just know they're happy. You can feel the happiness come out through the screen.
It's a no-brainer. Like, cause opposites do work, opposites attract. But as an entertainment spectacle, and what you could do in the build-up, the promos, everything, the content of social media, the everything to build up to that moment is exciting.
Everything.
It's interesting you said SummerSlam because Noam Dar said the same as well.
Yeah.
I would, if I was a superstar, I would want to do I would want to come across looking like a train wreck. So I'd like an Extreme Rules or like a TLC, because that for me was like when the Shield did TLC and that was their first thing. I was like, dudes are freaking scary.
Well, look at this. Like Pete's done a couple of war games.
Yeah.
We still haven't done a war games yet.
Can we make that happen, please? The powers that be.
We still haven't done a. We're
gonna need a cryo for that.
So you haven't seen Moustache Mountain in a war games, but more importantly, you haven't seen British Strong Style in a war games. So is that a goal? Is that something that could happen? I'd like to think so.
It's important.
Sounds like fun to me.
Yeah.
That's it. We're working into something here. We're booking something that's very important. We're a sport channel. We've been so lucky to speak to all kinds of athletes, talent, presenters, media from all kinds of different backgrounds in the sporting world. Outside of the one thing we all love, WWE, what sports are you guys personally fans of? Like, the day-to-day, you're checking the phone, you might be on the bus or on a plane, you say, like, what's going on?
Glad someone asked that. I'm a 7 handicap golfer.
Golf?
Yeah.
Huh.
And I honestly think...
That's my reaction to golf. Golf.
Physically, it's one of the weirdest marriages because there's a lot of times that you'll come out of a training camp or you come out of a TV tapings and there's normally some kind of niggling little injury that you're going to have from throwing yourself all over the BT Sports studio for the last 2 days. So sometimes it can affect my swing and it does that, But after kind of like, it's like he said, like the stress and the level of pressure that we put on ourselves as performers, to be able to then drive back to the Midlands, strap my golf bag on and walk around a field with just fresh air and just outside in the open with your feet on the ground. It's a very grounding experience for me to be able to then go back to that after as well.
Tyler, you in on the golfing as well, or was this something else?
I play the piano.
That's your. So you're not a sport fan. You're a piano fan.
I'm an art fan.
Art fan. Okay, great. Amazing.
I like expression. I like colours and
creative
music and creativity. Yeah,
I love. I've got an old better keyboard. I love that.
Pro wrestling to me is music. Music is numbers in time. Numbers are infinite. Pro wrestling has infinite potential.
It's true.
And that's, my goal is to maximise that potential to the best of my ability.
It's very relatable because it's a body of work. It's, you have songs that become albums, you think, and then you can have another album and reinvent. So it's very relaxing. This is great. It's interesting because loads of footballers love golf. Yeah. Not enough people are playing, being artistic and creative.
Well, there you go. Here you go. To pop up that
I want to see an art-off between you and Dexter Loomis. That'd be interesting. Paint battle.
He's an interesting guy.
To pop off that question that you said before, I'd like to probably go and do something with Rory Mcilroy or Dustin Johnson.
I can see it.
Go.
Oh, we got to book it. Like some little celeb golf.
Maybe not a feud. Maybe not a suplex into a lake at Greenside. Maybe that's a little bit too much.
Bit crazy golf, NXT golf. Yeah. Here we go. We've got it. We've got it covered. We can get this signed up. We can make it happen. I'm sure.
Come at me, Rory McIlroy.
If you want some, Rory.
Not for a fight.
This is where it's happening.
I just want to play golf with you. That'd be lovely.
A little thing we like to do with our guests as we round this up is we do a section called recommendations. It's knowing about the stuff that you're into that maybe these people are not aware that you're into, because it's not like you can go in a ring and be like, "Oi, everyone, go check out Tiger King. It's sick here." Okay, and I'm gonna smash you on. So, what are you gents watching at the moment that you're really into, and you think, whether you have or haven't, you need to check it out as well?
What are we watching, man? I mean, apart
don't
from
really
watching The Office US on the 17th loop.
I don't really watch much TV. When I do,
You watch Seaspiracy?
Yes. Yes.
Very interesting
Yes.
documentation.
Wow. Yeah. I was watching that with a group of friends, and we just went, oh man, like we're not vegetarian or vegan yet, and we're like, oh damn, cancel culture, going to cancel the fish now. And the
Something
fish.
like that. Isn't that really, really interesting the way he just said that? What? Did you hear that? Did you pick up on that? No. He said, me and my friends are not vegan or vegetarian yet.
The seed is planted, Seaspiracy.
Boom.
Making changes.
I like
The connective consciousness.
Yeah, one of my favourite shows is The Midnight Gospel. If you've ever seen that on Netflix,
It's mad.
It's
wild.
terrific.
It's wild.
There's some
Goodness.
wonderful
I'm so
moral
glad
and
I've
symbolism in it though.
Yeah,
Duncan Trussell, shout out. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
Okay. So the final one from us.
Yep.
Music. Is there anything that you listen to on the playlist? You go, this is a vibe. Get on it.
For you?
I listen to a lot of jazz. I can see the pro wrestling in when I'm watching jazz musicians play. This like pushing and pulling against each other and like complementing each other in a way. Like it's very like communicative. It feels like conversation, pro wrestling and jazz. It's these instruments like this like pure self-expression, communicating with each other, and that's what pro wrestling sort of feels like to me. That's what like gravitated me towards jazz anyway.
It all, it's all very relatable because we're talking about creative bodies of work, and it's like everything has its kind of, it matches really nicely. That's fascinating. Wow,
Yeah. Herbie Hancock is my favourite artist at the moment.
Jazz and golf. Could that be a combo that works for you, Trent?
Yeah, look, just to be fair, when I'm hanging around with Tyler, I'll just let him go crazy.
Yeah.
He can have the aux lead and he can have the Bluetooth link, and and because that's what I think it's about. I think it's about listening to what other people like and working out why they like it. And then just as any 39-year-old white man from the Midlands. I'll bang on JK and Kano and just roll really deep in the Velar to the golf course.
But this is it. It's this is the great thing with music. It's a wide range of things you can enjoy, and it's like you two here. We've got a ride. We've got cryo chambers going down. We've got golf. We've got jazz. We've got art. I feel like eye-opening. It's like
too much life to live, man.
Yeah, you can imagine taking
fun. I have a hard time fitting in all the things that I want to do.
Yeah.
Because there's just so much that I want to have a go at.
Try taking all those interests into the wall and doing a promo on that and building that into something. That'd be intense. So, Tyler Bate, Trent Seven, thank you so much for chatting to us. And this is the Alternative Sports Show.
Thank you.